Part 2. My husband's family convinced him I was cheating with my personal trainer, so they hired a PI to follow me for 6 months and planted a nanny cam in our bedroom, but when they reviewed the footage they discovered my husband was the one having an affair with his brother's wife. Jennifer advised me to make copies of everything before Patricia or the investigators realized what they had captured. We downloaded all the footage from the cloud account and created multiple backups. We also documented the locations of all the hidden cameras and gathered evidence of the surveillance operation itself. I still did not confront Derek. Jennifer suggested waiting until we had everything in order. She helped me quietly separate our finances, opening my own bank accounts and transferring my personal savings. We gathered documentation of all our shared assets, including the house, cars, and investments. During this time, I had to maintain normalcy around Derek and his family. It was the hardest acting job of my life. I attended Sunday dinners at Patricia's house, smiled through her passive-aggressive comments, and pretended I did not know about the cameras recording my every move. I continued my training sessions with Jake, who remained completely unaware of the drama surrounding our professional relationship. The confrontation came 2 weeks ago during another family dinner at Gregory and Patricia's house. Everyone was there, including Austin and Vanessa. Patricia had been particularly nasty that evening, making repeated comments about unfaithful wives and the importance of family loyalty. She kept giving me pointed looks, clearly expecting the private investigators to have found evidence by now. I waited until after dinner when everyone was gathered in the living room. Then I quietly asked Patricia how her investigation was going. The room went silent. Patricia's face went pale, then bright red. She tried to deny knowing what I was talking about, but I cut her off. I asked her if Sentinel Security Services had given her the full report yet or just the parts about me and Jake. Derek demanded to know what I was talking about. I turned to him and said the cameras his mother planted in our house had not found any evidence of me cheating with Jake. But they had captured plenty of footage of him and Vanessa together. The room erupted in chaos. Austin stood up so fast his chair fell backward. He asked what I meant about Derek and Vanessa. Patricia tried to shout over everyone, denying she had hired any investigators. Gregory demanded order, his face turning purple with anger. Derek and Vanessa both looked like they wanted to disappear into the floor. I pulled out my tablet and started playing the footage. The first clip showed Derek and Vanessa in our bedroom. Patricia's screaming stopped abruptly. Austin grabbed the tablet from my hands, staring at the screen in disbelief. The video clearly showed his wife and his brother together in my house, laughing and discussing their future plans. I had prepared multiple clips, each more damning than the last. Footage of them in various rooms of our house over several months. Audio recordings of their conversations about divorcing their spouses. Text messages I had recovered from Derek's phone backup showing months of planning and deception. Evidence of Patricia's hired surveillance operation that had accidentally exposed her own son's infidelity. Austin played clip after clip, his face growing harder with each one. Vanessa tried to explain, reaching for his arm, but he jerked away from her. She claimed it meant nothing, that she still loved him, that they could work through this. But the footage contradicted everything she said. Her own words, recorded by Patricia's cameras, proved she had been planning to leave Austin for Derek all along. Derek tried a different approach. He blamed me for snooping, for violating his privacy by accessing the camera footage. Patricia jumped on this, screaming about illegal surveillance and invasion of privacy. The irony was apparently lost on her. Gregory tried to restore order, but even he looked shaken by what he had witnessed. Jennifer had advised me to record this confrontation, so I had my phone in my pocket capturing everything. Austin turned on Derek with a fury I had never seen before. He started shouting about betrayal and family loyalty, the same values Patricia preached constantly. He shoved Derek backward into the wall, and Gregory had to physically separate them. Vanessa was crying hysterically, trying to defend herself to anyone who would listen. Patricia kept trying to redirect blame back to me. She insisted I must have done something to drive Derek into Vanessa's arms. She said if I had been a better wife, more attentive to his needs, he would not have strayed. She even suggested Jake and I might still be having an affair and I was using edited footage to deflect from my own guilt. That was when I played the invoice from Sentinel Security Services. I had obtained it through Jennifer's investigator. The document showed exactly what Patricia had paid for, including bedroom surveillance, GPS tracking of my vehicle, background investigations into Jake's history, and attempts to catch me in compromising situations. The date on the invoice was 6 months prior, proving Patricia had been orchestrating this surveillance operation from the beginning. Gregory exploded at Patricia. Apparently, she had hidden this expenditure from him, using money from her personal trust fund. He was furious about the invasion of privacy, the illegal surveillance, and the waste of money on a wild accusation that proved false. He was even more angry that her paranoid investigation had exposed Derek's actual affair, something he seemed to consider a family embarrassment. I left during the height of the chaos. Austin was demanding Derek leave the property. Vanessa was begging both her husband and her lover not to abandon her. Patricia was crying about family reputation and how I had destroyed everything. Gregory was shouting at everyone to calm down while simultaneously making things worse with his own angry comments. Derek followed me out to my car, trying to convince me to stay and talk. He claimed the affair with Vanessa was a mistake, that he still loved me, that we could get through this with counseling. I asked him how long he had known about his mother's surveillance operation. His silence told me everything. He had known about the cameras and had said nothing, letting his family violate my privacy because he believed their suspicions. I drove to a hotel that night. Jennifer had already prepared divorce papers, which I signed the next morning. We filed immediately along with a civil suit against Patricia for illegal surveillance and invasion of privacy. We also sent evidence to Austin's lawyer, as he had contacted Jennifer asking for everything I had regarding Vanessa and Derek's affair. Update 1. The fallout has been spectacular. Austin filed for divorce from Vanessa within 3 days. He also quit his job at the family dealership, refusing to work with Derek anymore. Patricia tried to do damage control, calling me repeatedly and even showing up at my clinic once. Security had to escort her out when she started making a scene in the waiting room. Derek has been staying with his parents since that night. He keeps sending me long text messages about mistakes and second chances. He claims Vanessa seduced him during a vulnerable time when he felt neglected in our marriage. He says his mother's paranoia and constant accusations about Jake pushed him toward Vanessa's sympathetic ear. He insists none of this would have happened if I had not become so focused on fitness and my career. The legal proceedings are moving forward. My lawyer is confident we will win the privacy invasion case against Patricia. The evidence is overwhelming and the laws are clear about bedroom surveillance without consent. Derek's lawyer keeps trying to negotiate a favorable divorce settlement, but I am not interested in making things easy for him. Vanessa has tried to contact me twice. Once through a mutual friend asking me to talk to Austin on her behalf. Another time she sent a long email explaining that she and Derek never meant to hurt anyone, that they fell in love unexpectedly and tried to fight their feelings. She claimed they were planning to tell Austin and me eventually, once the timing was better. I deleted the email without responding. The family business is suffering from the drama. Several employees have quit, and there are rumors about the family's dirty laundry being aired publicly. Gregory is furious about the potential impact on their reputation and business relationships. Patricia has apparently become reclusive, rarely leaving their house since the confrontation. Jake, my personal trainer, finally learned about everything through mutual friends. He was horrified that he had been the target of a 6-month investigation and that his professional reputation had been questioned. He offered to provide testimony about the completely appropriate nature of our trainer-client relationship if needed for any legal proceedings. My parents have been incredibly supportive throughout this ordeal. They never liked Derek's family and are not surprised by Patricia's behavior. My mother said she always knew Patricia looked down on me and that Derek was too weak to stand up to his family. My father has helped me find a new apartment and has been my emotional support through the worst moments. Update 2. 3 weeks have passed since the confrontation, and the legal consequences are starting to materialize. Patricia's lawyers tried to argue that she had reasonable suspicion to investigate potential infidelity, but my attorney shut that down quickly. Installing cameras in someone's bedroom without consent is illegal regardless of motivation. The criminal investigation into the surveillance has been opened by local authorities.